to solve problems. We want to solve issues by providing the right solution. And then what you get in return for that is just an easy company to work with, because you can rely on the pumps, but you can also rely on the people.
Welcome to the Empowering Industry Podcast, a production from Empowering Pumps and Equipment as the voice of the pump and related equipment industries. Hey, everybody, and welcome to the Empowering Industry Podcast. I'm your host, Charli Matthews, and I am so excited this season, this new year, and just jumping out there and getting started with some cool partners of ours. So today, Christopher is going to jump on here and tell us a little bit about himself, how he got started in the industry, and then we're going to talk a little AHR. So excited about that too.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Charli. Excited to be here and talk a little bit about my background, and then of course about AHR and what EBARA is going to bring to the table. Little bit about me. I'm Chris Spiteri, just like you said. I graduated from Sam Houston State University. And after that, I got into a rotational program with Cameron International. It's a wellhead company. So I started out in oil and gas, worked real hard, was from the first year working about 112 hours a week on average, which was brutal, but learned a whole lot. And shortly after that, I transitioned into a field sales role, then got into where I was doing field sales, still running service, doing inside sales, doing rental management because we had an aftermarket arm. And then eventually I transitioned out of that to outside sales, and then been in corporate business-to-business sales ever since. I was in oil and gas for about 10 years. And during that time, I sold pump systems and for on the production locations. And that was in the Haynesville Shale, the Permian Basin, of course, the Fayetteville Shale, and the Eagleford. So those were the main places that I worked in oil and gas. But as you know, oil and gas is very volatile, and there's not a whole lot you can do about it. I was fortunate. I never did lose my job, but I saw many people lose their jobs. And I have a family, and my family has grown over the years. And I said, man, I need to find something that's a little bit more stable. And so I had a buddy, actually, his name's Monty Scott. He trained me on pumps, and he actually told me about EBARA and that they were looking for somebody. And so that's how I got my start with EBARA, and that was in 2021. And it was one of the best moves I had made. It was really, I think, drinking through a fire hose, trying to learn the ins and outs of submersible pumps and things like that, because I had never sold submersible pumps before. But it was a great move, just through hard work and dedication to learning.
It sounds like your whole career, right? So you graduated in marketing, went into field service and sales within the oil and gas industry, then moved on to water. So you're used to hard work, right?
Yes. Yeah. And that's just sort of been ingrained from my father. He worked all the time. He would miss Christmases to take extra shifts at the chemical plant. I'm here in Houston, so he would work down there in the ship channel. And he retired at 55 thanks to his hard work, and has never had to go back to work. So, but yeah, no, that's the backstory of me. And I'm actually pursuing my MBA right now at Rice University. And the idea behind that is to just create more value for our customers and, of course, for EBARA.
Yeah, and that's a beautiful campus too. I've visited there several times and know a lot of people that have graduated there. Lots of opportunity, but you're bringing that opportunity to EBARA, and kind of you're representing the company and growing within that space too. So tell me a little bit about your job currently with them.
Yeah, so I'm the OEM National Sales Manager, and what I do is I manage a team of OEM regional managers And I say OEM because that's our focus. So we have two sides of the business. We have a distribution side, and then we have an OEM side. And the key difference there is with the OEM, it's direct to the manufacturers that are using our pumps in their systems, that are integrating those pumps into their systems. So these HVAC manufacturers like domestic booster skids, chillers, things like that, things that you find in HVAC, boiler feed systems, all of that we support with our product lines.
Yeah, so we're going to talk a little bit about AHR, and that is kind of the same industry, right? HVAC and refrigeration is also, they talk a lot about that too. And so I guess why is AHR an important event for you at EBARA and kind of your customers?
Yeah, that's a good question. With AHR, it's a place where everybody can get together and it's convenient because we've all got busy schedules, but it sort of forces us to make time, right? Because we're all there for that reason, and it's a time when we can get together, discuss some of the challenges that customers are having, and maybe some other players that don't really know about a bar, maybe they're having some challenges, and we can discuss the innovative solutions that Ibarra can bring forward to them, and show them that we're a forward-thinking pump company that can help them meet these needs, in this evolving market.
Well, I love the show, and I always see something cool walking around at different booths and all. But what can attendees find at your booth, right, when they come to visit Ibarra?
Yeah, so we're gonna have stainless in-suction pumps. I could bore you with the names of those pumps. I will to a degree, but not the whole lineup. But stainless in-suction pumps that are often used in chillers. Also, vertical multi-stage pumps, again stainless, that are used both in chillers and in domestic booster. The in-suctions are used in that as well. But also in sump applications, we've got stainless sump pumps. And then also we've got a cast iron stainless fitted in-suction pump that we call our GSDU. And it can do up to 2,000 gallons per minute. So very high capacity. And so you will see that with, water tower cooler, large chillers. It's meant to support that. And then we also offer 316 stainless in our vertical multi-stages, all the way from a nominal size 1 all the way up to a size 90. And so that's real good for, these maybe a corrosive application, or maybe there's chemicals involved and you need some more corrosion resistance. And then lastly, I'll name drop the SC pump is something new that we have to offer, which would be maintenance free. It's maintenance free because it's sealless. So those are some of the things that someone could expect to see when they come by the
Yeah,
Ibarra
so
booth.
you'll have the equipment there so people can take a look.
Absolutely,
Yeah, I always
yes.
love that about your booth. I'm one to want to take a picture with the pump. I know it's weird, but I love it. And so y'all go check that out. What are some of the challenges this year that people are, calling you, asking you about? What are your customers facing?
Yeah, so some of the challenges that we've seen is maybe not novel, but they're persistent, and those challenges range from space constraints to having issues with downtime, and just speaking a little bit about that. The mechanical seal is the most common wear item on any centrifugal pump, not just Ibarra. And so whenever you need to take into account downtime, you have to take into account that eventually you're going to have to change out the mechanical seal. And most of these hotels and businesses, they do have maintenance personnel, but they oftentimes, for the HVAC related systems, they contract that out. And so it's not like someone's on staff right there to take care of it. And so timing is so important. And so they've got to call that contractor. The contractor's got to make their way over there, and then they get to work. And so working with a pump that's easy to work with and work on is very important. And so EBARA took that into account, especially with, I'll talk a little bit about our vertical multi-stage, where on 7.5 horsepower and up, you don't have to remove the motor on an EBARA pump. And EBARA is the only one that can say that. And so what the benefit there is, you know, when you get above 5 horsepower, so 7.5 and up, these motors become heavier and heavier. With our competitors at 7.5 horsepower, you would have to remove the motor in order to change out the seal. You don't have to do that with the EBARA pump. You can leave the motor right where it's at, and you can change out that mechanical seal in roughly 5 minutes. So you can imagine in a mechanical room where there's tight confined space, it can be a challenge, to say the least, to remove a 30 horsepower motor or even a 10 horsepower motor if you're a single man just trying to lift that thing off. And even if you do get it off, it's often, let's say it's the summertime, it's hot. You have some HSS&E concerns that then come in, because what if you drop that motor? It's not just about the motor now being damaged, but you could have just broke your foot. So again, these are all things that EBARA takes out of the equation associated with maintenance. And so, and then, you know, another thing, like I mentioned before, the SC pump, it presents an option where you have a sealless solution. So now you don't even have to worry about a mechanical seal. And so those are some things that we offer to our customers that, you know, provides better uptime, decreases OpEx, and mitigates HSS&E concerns.
Yeah, I couldn't help but think about my husband now, the rotating equipment mechanic who is, you know, out there doing that work, how much he would appreciate that. So, what about your customers? What about you and your customers at AHR? Why is it important to y'all?
Yeah. Are you saying why is it those features important to them,
Just
or why
just
why
the
is
event
EBARA?
itself. Yeah, why are you?
Oh, why is the event itself? I think it's really good because, um, as I said in the beginning, you know, a lot of people are busy and they've got things that they want to talk to you about, but they just haven't had the time. And at AHR, it presents an opportunity where you have many key decision makers all in one space, and they're all there at the same area. And so it makes it much easier to get together, meet, discuss some of those action items that they may have on their plate that they want to discuss with you. And also, people that aren't customers, maybe they've heard about EBARA and they just want to see what they're about. It presents an opportunity to get there and talk with anyone from an application engineer all the way to our director of sales, as well as our president.
Yeah, and you know, Ibarra being able to be there at the show and seeing customers and talking to them, I think is very important. Kind of understanding the challenges better. And then, you know, how does Ibarra pumping solutions? I know you talked about pump systems quite a bit. How do their pumping solutions support efficiency and then a sustainability? That's always a theme during AHR is those sustainability goals. What are y'all solutions doing?
Absolutely. So I really have to give credit to our engineering group and compliance group there. But all the evolving regulations and efficiency standards and pump energy index, PEI values, all of that, they ensure that we're in compliance with that at all times, that we're keeping a good eye on the evolving situation. And making sure that customers have peace of mind by having those PEI values on the pump itself, and then also making sure that we're doing things as far as offering a efficient pump. So not only are our pumps efficient, you know, some of our hydraulic efficiencies are 80% or greater, which is often industry leading. But not only that, we offer as a standard motors that are IE3 premium efficiency motors. So not only is it an economical solution, but it's an efficient solution too.
Awesome. So, as this salesperson that talks to everybody, why do you think that your OEMs, your customers, your engineers are choosing EBARA?
Yeah, I believe based off the feedback I've received, it's not just how reliable the pumps are, but also how reliable the people are. So I know that sounds cliche, but it's really true. And the reason it's true is because of the people that we have throughout the entire organization. So from the application engineer that you deal with to the customer service person that you deal with, to me, the OEM regional managers, the distribution regional managers. One of the biggest unique things about the EBARA people is that they have substantial know-how and knowledge of the industry. And so that's so rare now. Less and less people have that technical expertise, and we bring that to the table. So it's more of a consultative sell than just trying to increase sales through volume. We want to we want to solve problems. We want to solve issues by providing the right solution. And then what you get in return for that is just an easy company to work with, because you can rely on the pumps, but you can also rely on the people. And I forgot to hit also our aftermarket team is great too, because a lot of people, they'll do real good to get that sale, but then after the sale, they're nowhere to be found. And that's not us. People that work with us know that if you do have an issue, because we're all human, we show up and we get it fixed.
I love that. And just good luck on your journey. I could talk to you about this always, but I am going to do a little quick rapid fire before I let you go. What is your favorite book?
My favorite book is As a Man Thinketh by James Allen.
Okay. What type of music do you listen to?
Oh, I listen to all types of music, but I do like country music. That's, I guess, my go-to.
Yeah, yeah. You don't have to, one's good enough. Okay. What is the best advice you've ever received?
Um, People work with who they like.
Yeah, that's great for sales. Know, like, and trust. You got to be that person. What about, let's see, if you were going to give somebody advice coming into the pump industry or the water industry, what advice would you give them?
I would say um, be different. Be different in the sense that you bring more to the table, that you're responsive, that you're a breath of fresh air. Because some of the complaints that we've had from customers that we've gotten that are new customers is that lack of responsiveness, the just not feeling like they're taken care of. I think if you can really stand out, and that's easier said than done, because that means that when you get a phone call and it's at an inconvenient time, you're stopping what you're doing and you're answering that phone call. You're getting back to people quickly. That would be my advice. And then educate yourself. There's so many free tools out there that you can utilize to enhance your knowledge base on pumps.
Yeah, absolutely. And so many organizations you talked about, you can be a part of within our industry. So, y'all get in touch with Christopher. Please go by and see him at AHR and tell him Charlie sent, or you saw us talking. That'd be great. And for everybody else, just share this episode. Even if they're not going to AHR, it will be helpful to them on their career journey, especially if they're, maybe in the energy field looking for something new or just hey, it's okay if we have a, consistent job in a space where we're making a difference because water is vital to life and we have to
Yes.
have it, right? So thank you so much for your time. For everybody else, until next time, be empowering.